Good morning, CSL. It's good to see you again. We have 7 core values that we believe in. It's what we stand for. It's what we're all about at CSL. And today I'm going to highlight one of them. Our 7 core values are love, healing, oneness, abundance, spiritual growth, service, and diversity. And today we're going to highlight oneness. You know, I tell you at the end of the service that if you came here today with an issue that is at the forefront of your mind, that you are having trouble with, that you should see a practitioner. I see a practitioner every Saturday night, and every Saturday night I meet with the Pope of our teaching, Dr. Edward Foyoun. He is the community spiritual leader of all Centers for Spiritual Living, all 500 of them worldwide. And last night he told me the story of speaking to our people in Kenya at their wonderful Center for Spiritual Living. He also told me about speaking to a practitioner in a bomb shelter in Ukraine. We have a center in Ukraine. It is very easy for you to go home today and to sit in the safety of your home and pray for peace, because you are in peace. You are under no threat of being bombed. You are under no threat of being invaded. You are under no threat of having to leave your house within an hour for your own safety. The core values that we teach at CSL of oneness are very important for us to embody, for the very reason that there is war, chaos, and confusion in the world. It is extremely important that we practice the principles that we teach so that they can become better known throughout the world, so that they can become the full understanding that everybody has on the planet, that there is one community, one life, one power, one presence, one people. Oneness is our core value. What if I told you that I know how you can get rich? I mean, I'm talking really wealthy, the kind of wealth that you have when you wake up in the morning in complete faith that you're never going to run out of anything good. And what if I told you that my technique for building wealth doesn't require you to learn anything about spreadsheets or budgeting or finances? And what if I told you that my strategy was tried and true, that it had a nearly 100% success rate? You'd want to know what I know, right? And what about all my single friends out there looking for love? I've seen you out on the drive. I know what you look like. You got your lucky pants on. You're trying to find yourself a man strutting down the drive looking all sexy. I've got a few lady friends who are on Tinder or Match.com looking for love. What would you say if I told you I know how you can find love? I know how you can get what you want, which is someone to love you just the way you are, someone that you could spend your life with and share that love. And what if I told you to find your perfect mate, that you don't have to search the web, you don't have to lose weight, you don't have to have a facelift or change anything. What are you laughing about? About our outer appearance whatsoever. And what if I told you I could give you a money-back guarantee, a 100% success rate in finding love? You'd want to know what I know. And for those of you who are struggling with medical issues or mental issues, if I told you I know how you can heal, I know how you can return your body to full health and vitality and your mind. And what if I told you that you didn't have to change your diet, that you didn't have to take a new drug, that you didn't even have to see a doctor? And what if I told you, like wealth and love, I could guarantee you 100% success rate? You'd want to know what I know, right? Well, good news, boys and girls, men, women, and non-gender specific people. Before this lesson is over, you're going to know what I know. You're going to know how to live wealthy, have love, and heal your life. I'm going to tell you all of it, but first a story. So this past weekend, I wasn't here at CSL, and a few of my friends drove down from Kansas City, and they went to North Florida around Tampa to visit a relative. So my partner Aubrey and I drive up north to visit them, to meet with them in my new Tesla. Now, I got it a few weeks ago. For those of you who don't know, it's an EV. An EV is an electric vehicle, so I was anxious to take it on its first road trip. Well, I cannot tell you how excited I was to learn about all the new technology in this new car. It is a completely different driving experience. You know, I'm what marketing strategists call an early adapter. We're the people who embrace new technologies as soon as they come out. So early adapters, they're the ones at the Apple store in line, right? They're in line when the first phones come out. We're the very first to try something new. We're very anxious to take on the new. So even though it took 5 months from the day I ordered the Tesla to get it, I was ready to learn. I was ready to take on the new. I was super excited. So off we go up the Florida Turnpike, heading north, fully charged at 100%. Now, in the navigation system, the car will tell you where the supercharging stations are along the highway. So a few hundred miles in, we're needing a charge, right? Just so you know, any of you with EVs, right? If you're going to drive up the Florida Turnpike, most all of the service plazas have, charging station. So I pull in, right, and I drive past the line of people that are waiting to pay $5 a gallon for gas. And I pull up to the charger and I just plug in. We go inside, get something to eat, come out. The charge is fully charged. The car is ready to go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, I have a friend who has a Tesla, and she's a little bit elitist about it. She says, people, wake up, please. Fossil fuels are so last century. So last century. And I have to admit, driving past all the people that were waiting in line to pay for gas, I did feel a little bit self-righteous. Why am I telling you this story? And how does it relate to being wealthy and finding love and being whole again? Well, here's the thing. Today, I'm inviting you to be like me, to be an early adapter and take on a new technology and embrace the spiritual technology of science of mind. It's tried and true. It's been around for more than 100 years, and thousands, perhaps millions of people have used it successfully to do exactly what I told you, to find wealth, to experience love, and to heal their bodies. Okay, here's the spiritual technology. Here's how it works. And you left-brainers, all you people with left brains, are going to love this. And if you're a right-brainer, if you're creative and you're an artist, then I just want to ask you to hang on. I got a picture for you later to look at, and another story coming up soon. So in the 20th century, in the 21st century, we know that certain laws govern life in the physical universe, like the law of physics. We know that the law of gravity states that anything that is heavier than air will just fall to the ground. And we know that higher laws can always overcome lower laws. For instance, the law of aerodynamics says that we can actually, with the right propulsion system, things heavier than air can actually float, that they don't have to fall to the ground like airplanes, helicopters, and rockets. So the law of aerodynamics overrides the lower law of gravity. Basic physics, the higher law, always overrides and overcomes the limitations of the lower law, which means that you're going to go higher in a rocket than you would if you went outside and just jumped up and down. Basic physics. So here's the thing. Just as there are laws of physics which govern physical bodies in the universe, so are there laws of metaphysics which govern your mental and your spiritual life. And those laws decide everything that happens to you. And I do mean everything. Everything including how much money comes to you, how much love you attract into your life, and how healthy your body is. Here's the lower law that applies to everybody unless they decide differently. It's like the law of gravity. It holds you down. It's called the law of race consciousness. What is race consciousness. It's the accumulated negative thoughts and feelings and fears and doubts of the billions of people on the planet at any given moment, and it is more infectious than any variant or any virus. It is the killer of dreams. It's the thing that holds you back and holds you down. If you try to jump too high in life or go for what you really want in life, like the law of gravity, it's going to pull you right back down. Race consciousness, the voice of fear in your mind. It's the devil on your shoulder. It's the monkey chatter in your head that says you're not good enough and you're never going to make it. Race consciousness is the fears and doubts of thousands of generations that hold you back from living your best life, that keep you down in the mediocrity of the masses. Bad news, bad news. But what if there's a higher law, a spiritual law that corresponds to the law of aerodynamics? So what if instead of being stuck in the land of low expectations, you can actually soar above it? You could reach your dreams, you could heal your body, you could find wealth and love. Well, guess what? There actually is. It's called the law of cause and effect, and my friend, that law is your Savior. It is the way out of every trouble that you have gotten yourself into. The founder of our teaching said this is how you use this law very simply. He made it very simple. He said if you change your thinking, you can actually change your entire life. This is where the law of cause and effect comes in, because when you initiate a new cause, when you have a new thought, and you hold to that thought, you can create a new experience. So by changing the focus of your attention like a camera lens, your power shifts, and the creative power of the universe refocuses at whatever it is that you are looking at. So by thinking about, by looking at, by embodying the abundant nature of the universe, you can become wealthy. By opening your heart to love, by getting over all the reasons and excuses why you're not worthy of love, you can attract love. By knowing the truth that you are pure and perfect spiritual being, and by embodying that truth, it causes a biological change in your body, and it begins to heal. Listen to this. This is what Dr. Holmes wrote in our book of the month, Living Without Fear. He said, just as there are laws of matter, so there are laws of mind. If certain factors in physics produce certain results, then certain mental factors will produce certain mental results. Makes sense, right? Of course it does to all the left-brainers, right? What's true in one field is true in the other. The law that governs the physical objects in the universe have corresponding laws in metaphysics that govern your life, your mental and your spiritual life. Too much for the right-brainers. All right. Thank you for hanging in with me. This week we celebrated St. Patrick's Day, right? And one of my colleagues sent me this rude image. Check this out. Can you believe that? Can you believe, who would send me something so vulgar as this? Go luck yourself. Now, I'm not going to say who it is, but I'll give you the first initial of their first name. Heidi. Oh, I said the name. Oops. The luck of the Irish. That's what we all want, right? You see, the problem is there is no such thing as luck. The good in the universe is not distributed randomly by some small little Irish leprechaun. And nor is it doled out by some fickle old man up in the sky waiting to see if you are deserving. The only creative element in your life and the thing that draws everything good into your life is a thing called consciousness. So whatever it is that you are giving your attention to, whatever you are focusing on, will show up in your life. Whatever you choose to think about is being created and drawn to you through the basic spiritual law that says what you think about comes about. What you focus on manifests. What you give out must come back to you. So good news, you can sell your rabbit's foot. You can sell it. You can spend your lucky penny. You can take the horseshoe down off the door, because you, my friends, and only you, are the one that decide your entire fate in life. I want to leave you today with an actionable item, because I believe in our teaching sometimes we talk too much about what things we do and the principles that we teach, and we do too little to activate them. I mean, it's great that you come here and you're inspired by the lesson, you love the music, but I'd really like for you to activate this personal spiritual technology in your life, and I'd like for you to do it this week. I want you to use it to create the kind of life that I promised at the start of this lesson, which is a life of health and wealth and love. So I'm going to give you just one thing that you can do, one easy thing that you can do to get started this week. Do this one thing, and you will start the process that leads to the life that you really want. I'm going to tell you what it is. Are you ready for the one thing? Okay, here it is. But first, a story. I met a friend for drinks and dinner this week, a friend I've known for 40 years. And she told me an amazing story. She said, "You'll never guess what I did today." And I said, "What?" I'm excited. And she said, "I negotiated a $60,000 a year raise." And I said, "Well, I guess I know who's paying for dinner." I love stories like that. I love it when people quickly attract an enormous amount of good, more than they ever thought they could. The way that she did it is this. My friend actually practices the principles that we teach here. She's very good at demonstrating what she wants, and she does it the same way everybody does. She takes time to get crystal clear on what it is she wants. And then she does the spiritual work daily to buoy her faith. And then, by God, it always shows up. Literally, by God, it always shows up. So I'd like for you to do that. I want you to have a big windfall, some enormous good come into your life this week. I want you to do that. And here's the one thing you need to do. This is the action item you need to take. Number one, step one, do this first. Like my friend did, ask for more. Ask for more. You know, a funny thing happens when we ask for what we really want. I'd often get it. Take the time to get clear on exactly what it is. Keep your mind focused on what you want. Think about it, talk about it, stay focused on it, and then ask. Ask and you will receive. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. This is God's promise. If you ask with faith, you will receive. If you look for what you want, expecting to get it, it will show up. It will come to you. If you knock on the door of opportunity, something He's going to open that door. Stop accepting less. Stop it now. Go for more. Because you know what? In a universe that is filled with infinite power and presence, there's just no reason not to. And so ends the lesson. In every relationship, in order for it to be successful, there's a time to talk and there's a time to listen. This is also true of our relationship with the universe, with Spirit, with God, whatever you want to call it. There's a time for us to set our intentions and say, this is what I want. And there's a time for us to be still and listen for perhaps even a greater good. This is our time to be still. Close your eyes and be with me.
I breathe out, I breathe in, I am still, I go within. When I quiet my mind, in the stillness I find. Spirit meets me there. Spirit meets me there.
Our challenge as infinitely pure and perfect spiritual beings, housed in physical bodies in an imperfect world, is to daily stand in the midst of chaos and confusion and no peace. To live in a world that likes to war and be nonviolent in our thoughts, our actions. Our challenge is to see a world full of lack and suffering and loss and poverty, and to find our own way to wealth and abundance. Our challenge is to live in a world of sickness and know health and wholeness. We meet this challenge every day. And the resource that brings us peace, that draws abundance to our life, and that heals our souls and our bodies has not abandoned us. It lives inside the creation of every individual. God is here. It's present where you are, wherever you are. It is always present. It is the love you seek, the abundance you desire, the wholeness you have waited for. It's here now. Let's go within and be still and listen for the voice of perfection. No matter what goes on around me, with me, in truth, all is well. No matter what my past has dictated, my future is not created from it. No matter what current challenges I face, the power within me is greater. I am, and you are, made in the image and likeness of wholeness and perfection, and with us in truth always. All is well. And so it is.
I breathe out, I breathe in, I am still, I go within. When I quiet my mind, in the stillness I find. Spirit meets me there, Spirit meets me there.
You know, we close our service as we always do with an affirmation and prayer, and yours is exactly like mine. It was on your chair this morning, and if you would say it aloud with me, please, I would build our prayer on this wonderful idea. It says this. What does it say? I stand at the doorway of my mind and allow only thoughts to enter my mind that are kind, loving, healthy, and prosperous. Took me a minute to read it. Stand at the doorway of your mind. Let's know this together. That we are immersed and surrounded by the power that creates universes, that it creates all things and all beings out of a desire to express love. God is a love that has no condition and a power that has no limit. That's what it is. It is active in your life here today. It flows through your mind and through your heart. That is the way it entrances into this world. It makes its entrance through the love that you give. It makes its entrance through the kindness in your thoughts about yourself and about others. Today we are committed to love, to power, to joy, and to ease, and to only allow those thoughts that enter our mind be the things that we want to demonstrate on the outside of our lives. We are here in the presence of God, the one power to know the truth, that we are well, and all is good, and ever good, flowing to us. We are grateful for this truth, for knowing it, for experiencing, and allowing it all to be so. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and thanks for supporting CSL. If you'd like to know more about us, check us out on our website or social media. Blessings.